All right, all right. Hey, everybody! It's Ed O'Keefe, and I'm here with Phil Agilia. We are super excited to have you with us today. Here it goes. It's just rendering. I'm seeing on my YouTube channel, and I just want to make sure since it's live that we are live on those spots. Super excited to talk about how we are helping agents win big in 2025, and my main goal of bringing Phil and Joe on today was to do three things, Phil. Get the market update. Like, what are you seeing in the market right now? Number two, let's discuss a few case studies and success stories that have come in this week because Oak Leaf Community Mortgage Bank, powered by North Shore Trust and Savings, has success stories every single week. And it's why we started the Buy Now, Sell Later show on Fridays. So, Phil, first of all, welcome, brother. Happy Friday.
Yeah, thank you, Ed. Good to be here. Excited about 2025 and certainly continuing to bring this message of what the Buy Now, Sell Later is doing for, agents and home buyers alike.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, we just did the intro. Glad you made it to the stage.
Yeah, awesome to be here, guys. I'm actually going to try to figure out if I go horizontal. Yeah, there we go. Much better.
So I wanted to start off with, what are both of you seeing in the just kind of, and you guys do this together a lot. So what is the state of the market as you see it? We are going to timestamp this. We're mid-January. There's a lot of pent-up demand, a lot of pent-up home buyers and home sellers waiting for the interest rates to come down. But transactions are going through weekly. Whoever wants to go first, just give me what is the state of the market as you see it, and what are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Joe. You take it from on the line focus, and I'll take it from a bigger picture.
Yeah, well, just speaking to all the professionals that are watching, and Ed, just can't thank you enough for this platform, man. I was sharing with a couple colleagues. I've gotten over 15 new buyers this week, and it just came like a wave.
Wow.
And these are all pre-approvals. These are all people that just this moment in history, this week, right now, decided to raise their hand and say, whether it came from a relationship through a real estate agent or whether it came through our database marketing. I'm ready to get pre-approved, Joe, for 2025. And so I say that as an intro to say something's in the air, something's in the water. I think we're coming out, the old phrase, it's the darkest before the dawn. And I just see that the sentiment is that 2025 is a new year for people, that they're going to start making decisions regardless of whatever the narrative has been before. And here's why. You did a great job of sharing our presentation from last weekend about a little bit of a forecast of 2025. Not 3 days after we did that broadcast, and anyone can go back on the Buy Now, Sell Later page can check it out, or private message us. We'll send you a link. Not 3 days after that presentation, Ed, we had two inflation readings that came down, the CPI and the PPI. And we had one of the Fed members come out and say that now they think that there's going to be closer to 4 rate cuts in 2025. I mean, we're talking 72 hours from our presentation. I don't think any of the members are watching our presentation, Ed, but I say that to say I think that we are going to have more tailwinds than headwinds in 2025. And because of that, we're starting to see that activity, boots on the ground in our pipeline right now. And if you're an agent on this call, if you're, a professional in this industry, I mean, I'm saying get bullish, buckle up, because, they used to say that the spring market starts the day after the Super Bowl. I think we're here, folks. I think we're here. Anyways, that's my hot take.
So you're predicting early spring market because of everything people have been sitting on the sidelines for so long.
That's exactly right. I think there's an optimism that I think has started to come to fruition early as far as people taking action. And so I couldn't agree with you more on that statement.
I love it.
Yeah, and I'll say, Ed, Joe's a top 1% originator in the country, and the 15 that come in, I'm sure is going to continue to grow, but that's reflective of the brand he's built and the relationships he continues to serve. Our overall sales team has that same consistency happening, where we've seen a continuous flow since the first of the year of more and more people jumping in, and the activity feels like it's, I don't know, Joe, at the end of February, beginning of March, where it's really starting. The spring season is literally now. And to your point, it definitely is in the air all over. I do believe also there's a increase for us with our specialty of portfolio products that allow for different opportunities in solution-based lending, that it keeps this message keeps on getting more and more understood, and the reach is continuing to get more and more clear to those relationships that are finally understanding it, or those new ones that are coming on board and going, I want this.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that for a moment, because I think why we're doing this is to provide solutions to problems. That's why we're doing this, everybody. Just so you know, like we're solution focused, but there's real problems when the rates start coming down. There's going to be a new set of problems that agents may be not ready for, or to capitalize and get maximum commission. So we want to help you win at the highest level. And I guess I would also say, fellas, we've discussed this, that winners get around winners, and slight edge is a big thing. Like a 10% improvement has exponential effects all year long. It's not just you get 10% more commissions. You might get 300% more commissions by having some things in your arsenal that others don't. What are the problems that you're predicting this spring? And then I also want you to segue, if you don't mind, just kind of lead you a little bit into a couple of success stories that have come out of some of those problems, like how we're solving problems. So a lot of problems, a lot of solutions.
Yeah, I'd love to jump in. I mean, to really hit what you're talking about, I think, and again, the agents watching this, they understand the consumer's getting smarter, which, if you ask me, that's a good thing. They're researching the market more. They're understanding, I think, some of the trends as far as the market goes. It's way less reactive. It's way more proactive. And so with that, I think when you talk about solution-based lending, which is absolutely what we're talking about here at Oakleaf Community Mortgage, I think if we're starting to see this level of activity now, as per the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac national average, as interest rates kind of dance around that high 6, low 7 moment right now, if you believe the trend that the consumer is obviously believing, which I believe they are starting to hear that we are going to be entering into a rate cut cycle. And I think the consumer's starting to get that as these rates come down, Ed, whatever competition is being felt today in mid-January, you can 3x, 5x, 10x that competition for that home as we enter the spring and summer market. And so here we are forecasting 2025. What are some of the problems? There's no question. And I know my counterpart Phil is going to agree with me that the level of competition based off the shortage of supply, based off of a rate cut environment, no one watching this episode, including us, are prepared for what is coming in the force of multiple offers on these houses. Why do I say that? I say it as a segue to say we at Oakleaf have come up with a solution to overcome the contingent multiple offer scenario, to have your offer stand out. And I can't tell you how excited I am, because it's like, you don't know what the future is going to bring. You don't know what the market's going to bring. And we are literally on the precipice of entering a moment in the market to where this product, buy now, sell later, it was made for.
Yeah. Can you just describe buy now, sell later to somebody who's never heard of it before, or this is their first time or second time? How do you describe it to people, Joe?
Yeah, so for me, it's a great conversation that I have with clients to say, because if they come to me, maybe they've had 40 offers not accepted because it's contingent, or maybe they come to me for the first time and they've heard about the product. But basically, I share with them, hey, look, this is an opportunity to overcome the largest hurdle that happens in the buyer's market today, which is trying to make an offer on a property that's contingent on the sale of your current home. So what I share with them is that we've come up with a way for us to finance 100% of that new purchase and finance the closing costs to allow you to make this transition as smoothly as you want to, without having to be rushed to sell your home, list your home, sell it at a discount, get out of it early, etc. And so when people hear that, it means a lot to many different people. It means a lot to baby boomers that when I say that to them, they just were told they don't have to rush for 30 days to exit 30 years of memories on their current home. They can take the time to declutter. It means a lot to the move-up buyer who has a second or third kid on the way, or if you're Ed O'Keefe, it's 27th kid on the way.
27, baby, let's go.
And it means that you can make that transition of that additional square footage, additional bedroom count, additional family member. You can do that at your pace. You can do that at your speed. It means a lot to those move-up buyers. It means a lot to the people that are moving out of state, that have the opportunity to make this transition to another part of the country without having to be rushed during this incredible, massive upheaval. It means a lot for people that are just looking to go to that next step of life. And so when I share with people that we finance 100% of that new purchase, plus we finance the closing costs, the only money out of pocket as far as we're concerned is for the appraisal fees that are required for the program. You have no idea the amount of receptiveness that these buyers have, understanding that they can actually realize their dream. So that's in short order how I explain it, Ed.
Yeah, I love it. I just wanted to say something on a personal note. Like when I shared with some of my family members that I was going to be working with you guys on getting this message out, my brother Patty's like, "Oh, we wouldn't have bought this house unless we had that done." I didn't know that, right? Like he reached out to Phil and then worked with you. Our good friends that just went, that their second, or you can explain exactly what happened, but two of my good friends I work out with bumped into them, and I was like, how's the move going? And they're like, "Oh, we lost our house. The house they put the contract on. They had a contract on it, but they were contingent." And I was like, "Oh, well, you have to absolutely call Phil and Joe like right now." And so to their credit, I connected you guys via text. Literally within, I think, 3 hours, they had their paperwork all organized, done, sent to you. And within, I don't, Phil, you can describe this, but they were pre-approved without contingency in literally a matter of how many hours, Phil? And I know this isn't like the norm because they were so organized, it was easier for you. But
yeah, it was within 24 hours. It was also the fear. It was 9 days past of when they lost the property. Somebody came and bumped them off non-contingent, and the fear of them losing this property, which was their dream home, made the urgency that much more needed. And so we just jumped on it. We were texting through, until 11:30 at night, and then or first thing in the morning, we got text at 7:15 in the morning. We with Joe being able to get this moving with them, and certainly me understanding the picture and giving them a surety that we're going to get this done. We were able to get it forward for them to get the pre-approval, and then we had to get on the phone with their real estate agent.
This is great.
Their attorney and the seller's real estate agent, which we did all that within 12 hours and made each of them understand the clarity around our program, what we do, why we do it. And was through all that, they got the property back, and the other people got bumped because of the higher offer. It just was so incredible. And, they got in 3 days before Christmas. It made their Christmas. That we got text on Christmas, and just overwhelming joy, emotion, and that's what this program does. It really is the answer to every single homeowner that needs to make a move in this current environment that causes that homeowner to be put on the side, that doesn't give them relevance. Because as a homeowner needing to move, the heavy majority have the contingency of that equity in the home to use, or the removal of the debt from that exit property for them to qualify non-contingent. Otherwise, that's what the contingency means. That's why they got to sell their property first. And when you have the current environment of supply being so challenged and the demand being so great in just today's market, and as Joe said, when we start getting into what's coming in the spring and any type of movement in rates that seems to now be, the Feds are finally in line with what Joe's been preaching, we're going to see the increase of multitude X offers, as Joe reiterated. And this product is the only product that anybody who owns a home that would otherwise be contingent needs to use for them to be relevant in buying a new home at all. We've had this for 3.5 years. It's been a game changer for hundreds of transactions. The one we're talking about, the joy that occurred, there's dozens of those that because of this product, there's dozens of transactions of closings, purchase closings that occurred in the fourth quarter alone that allowed people to be able to get in a home and celebrate in their new home that Christmas joy, that New Year's celebration, that 2025 is going to be the best year ever because we're in the home that we've always wanted, that otherwise never would have happened without this buy now, sell later. And the other aspect of it is it's increased the opportunity for real estate agents to be able to have numerous amount of closings to where agents that have leveraged this product and consistently use it for the benefit of their clients have told us that they have increased their closings by 40%. Otherwise, without it, they wouldn't have made these closings.
You know, there's a famous book that I read when I was like 16. It actually changed parts of my life. It's called, it was by Martin Seligman, called Learned Helplessness. And there's nothing more frustrating than when people feel like they have stuff that's so out of their control that they can't attain their goals. And so I think there's a couple types of people, and I want to encourage, just to give kind of a call to action to people watching today. If you haven't scheduled time to reach out to Phil and get prepared prior to the insanity that's about to happen, you know. And the second thing I just want to share is when I first heard this, I was like, this is the biggest no-brainer. Like, everybody's going to get it. It's going to be amazing. And I have to tell you, 90% of the real estate agents that I speak to push back on like why it's not going to work, how, you know, they've tried stuff before. And it's okay to be skeptical, but it's not okay to be closed-minded, especially when it comes to your financial future and your family's financial future. But also, really importantly, like encouraging you, like as a friend, like it's not really up to you to decide for your potential home buyer who's then going to sell their house what the right move for them or not. And it's definitely not, we don't advise you trying to sell this whole program to them before bringing them to Phil or Joe. Let the pros do what they do. And my last thought, and I'll let you guys chat, because I know you have some thoughts on this. And by the way, this is encouraging. We're in your corner. This is from a really great place. The couple that it was my first opportunity to refer a couple to these guys on this program. They had a banker, a loan officer that was a longtime friend of theirs, like somebody they were staying loyal to until they lost their house. And he knew this was a possibility, but most people don't believe it's really going to happen. And bam, it happened. And then immediately well, I don't really need it, I'm skeptical of it, became get on the phone with all my real estate agents, my attorney, all within 24 hours. And Phil and Joe did that. So just want to encourage you, use the team that we're providing here at Oak Leaf Community Mortgage, powered by North Shore Trust and Savings. Do you guys want to chime in on that or have anything else to add as far as like different ways to think about it?
I would love to. Yeah. You know, first and foremost, I want to say, as excited as I was for the friends of yours from the gym that we're talking about for this incredible story of success using the buy now, sell later, as excited as I am about the real estate agent that was working with them that had this discovery of this program now that's running with it. As excited as I was for the sellers who were able to sell to a family that really wanted their home. And everybody in between. Ed, the one I was most excited about this transaction was you.
Oh, right.
And the reason is, and I mean, we literally got an email message today from these clients of the incredible thankfulness and gratitude of what this program was able to give them. It'll be used in a testimonial. Everyone will be able to see it on the socials. But Ed, you bring up a great point. That was your tangible moment. That's when you could touch it, feel it, taste it. And I think like that's the launch pad for agents once they can touch it, feel it, and taste it. But you have to have an open mind. You know, I want to say to all the agents who are watching, for me, and I can share names and numbers of some very high level heavy hitter agents in the Chicagoland market that are leveraging this like crazy to own their marketplace.
Yeah.
All of my top buy now, sell later agents were skeptical at first. And so we embrace that.
Yeah.
And it actually, to me, it's a message that they care so much for their client that they're going to be the gatekeeper to make sure that there's nothing that's not going to be delivered if it's said it's going to be delivered. And so I share this real quick story with you, and I'll pass it to Phil. One of those agents just reached out to me and said that they have a whole lineup of buyer and seller seminars that they're doing in the Downers Grove and surrounding areas in the first and second quarter to prep for 2025. And the gentleman called me up and he said, Joe, you are one of one with this product.
Love it.
Will you be a part of this with me? Because there's nothing else I want to talk about at these seminars. There's nothing else to talk about at these seminars.
Well,
And
Joe, like for the agent watching, like, why are you different than the other people? Like, what you could completely use this as a, hey, guys, I've been researching, I've been finding solutions for my buyers and sellers, like, and I found something. I have something special. So Mrs. Jones or me and my wife are sitting at the table, and they're like, should we go with this agent or this agent? Well, this agent just brought this solution to us that we've never heard of. She or he is a hustler. Like, you immediately separate yourself. So keep going, brother. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, that was just to wrap it up. I mean, that to me, once again, even though we've been running this program for 3+ years, we've literally put hundreds and hundreds of people in their homes that they otherwise wouldn't have been in. This was just another moment for me where I said, oh my goodness, like, I have an agent calling me and telling me I'm one of one in the lending space. Like, I can't stop.
Bizarro world for us.
It's bizarro world.
Originators are running to try to get attention to agents and trying to let them understand why they got the best donuts and the best secret sauce and all of what they want agents to hear. And this is such a paradigm flip that agents who get it, okay, Joe hit it on the head. You know, we all, me included, can get blinded by our ego, our pride, our belief we know what we know, and the ignorance related to what you said, Ed, and not listening and not hearing that can bring us so much more opportunity. And that really is some of the I would say the greatest barrier. Joe, correct me if I'm wrong in your opinion, but the greatest barrier towards this thing not already being the #1 program in the whole country. Because the more and more we speak to people, and it continues to increase because of our marketing and our outbounds and because of the success and the word of mouth. But the more and more we speak to people, the more and more I'm realizing so clearly that there are just those who are going to get it because of where their mindset is, and those who are not ready yet to be able to receive it because there's still a level of growth that they need to get to so they can hear, listen, and apply. That's only going to be for their benefit. Because if I'm a real estate agent and I have the ability to never, ever, ever worry about contingent buyers again, why am I not burning up the phone to contact either you or me, Joe? Like, I listen to real estate agents speak about the amount of cost it is for them in time, actual financial, and energy of taking contingent buyers over and over again to look at properties that in this market has to be immediate and submitting offers they know will most likely get zero consideration or even just a call for them to be told, yeah, you're not even in the play because we have this first-time home buyers, we have the cash offers, we have these non-contingent offers, but thanks anyway. If I'm a real estate agent, there is nothing I'm doing past watching this video than calling you or me right away and saying, I want in. Well,
and I want to just to speak to that real quick as an antidote. You know, Phil, we know life is about timing, and I do think that this is that moment to where an agent could literally take this program, collaborate with us on a marketing plan, and literally own their marketplace because they would be one of one. And I think that they're obviously in 10 years from now, I don't know if we could say that. Maybe in 5 years we couldn't say that. But in this 2025 market, there's no question in my mind, if you're an agent that's looking to grow, and obviously that's an important box to check, we got something for you.
And Joe, you have direct experience with that. You have a referring partner, husband and wife team that literally market themselves around this program and can attribute 20+ funding transactions last year, all related to this program alone. Now, you want to talk about having the secret sauce, you know, the genie in the bottle. I mean, I don't know how else that doesn't play out to being applicable to anybody watching this to say, I got to call these guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll tell you, marketing and promoting is what I do. It's like all I think about. But the typical strategy that people say is, okay, you have 300 people on your contact list. Let them know you're a real estate agent and that you're ready to list their home, right? And I'm not picking on you guys. Like, okay, I'm just letting you know, like, right? There's no picking on. But why should I do business with you? Like, period, right? And I get emails from, I have 3 different agent friends that send me like the canned email on Friday mornings, the market updates, what house is sold. Well, I mean, my wife cares about stuff. I don't care about that stuff. But if they were like, hey, are you considering on selling your home, but you're concerned that you have to sell yours first? Here's 3 tips on how to unlock the equity without having to move out or lower, like all the benefits we just said, and then sell and price your house at maximum value, right? Like, that's value. And you can do that with this program, but that's also just a tip you could do yourself too. I mean, that's different than what other people are doing.
Yeah, I mean, Ed, real quick to that point. I mean, that's you nailed it on the head, and obviously, there's no doubt that you're a master of marketing, because to me, that's the demographic. It's the ones that aren't calling. It's the ones that aren't reaching out because in their mind they've disqualified themselves.
Learned helplessness, brother. Like, they've said, I can't do this, so they've just kind of opted out of the game. Totally.
Yeah, and that to me is the market that is so vast, so big, so untapped, and we have that bridge to be able to get those leads to the right agents.
So great. Well, we only have a few minutes left for today's show, fellas. I put out your emails out there if someone wants to reach out to you directly. And I would really encourage everybody to reach out before you need us, in the sense that we just want to have this quick turnaround times. We want to make sure you're prepared and we can prepare the people on your list and support you on an ongoing basis. Phil and Joe, like, any last words as far as this week? I think on a future episode, we are going to cover build now, sell later, as well as rehab now, sell later. And if people are ready for something like that and they want to call you right away, they can do that. But do you have any final thoughts to wrap up this week's episode?
Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I would just say, if you're a professional in the real estate industry and you like whatever you've heard just now towards relevance of a solution-based option that eliminates contingencies and it's applicable to your business model for your success, please reach out to us so you truly understand the power of this, that can then allow you to bring application that's literally going to change your business model for increased opportunity, increased sales, and increased production, without a question.
Yeah, and the last thing I'd say, Ed, is that if this happens to get in the hands of a managing broker who's watching this right now, 100%, we are willing to travel. We are willing to jump on a Zoom call with you and your team and really get this out to the boots on the ground in your organization and allow you to be the real estate agency or the real estate broker house that wins in 2025. So we're here for it.
All right, everybody. Have an amazing weekend. We appreciate you. Go out there and get some wins, and we're here to help you win as well. All right.
See you later.
Thanks, everybody.
Peace.